Hello and welcome to Nelson All Over Cards. My name is Nelson and today we're talking about the top 5 most thematic heroes in Marvel Champions. Basically, we're looking at heroes that have the best tie between gameplay mechanics and their real life or fictional superpowers. As we're going through this list, I want you to be thinking of your top thematic heroes or maybe your favorite thematic heroes and let me know down in the comments because I think there's a lot of really good answers to this question. And I chose 5 and I'm sure there are going to be more out there. So let's talk about my number 5 choice. This is going to be Cyclops, the leader of the X-Men. Scott Summers has some special deck building abilities that allows him to run X-Men from any aspect. I love the tie-in to making you feel like you are the leader of the X-Men. You can choose any X-Men that you want to run and you can run them in your deck. He also has another shtick where he gets to be the field commander, which allows him to go first and drop some of the tactic upgrades which are going to exploit the enemy's weaknesses, allowing you to optic blast them or let your teammates get an opening to go in for that final kill on the priority target. Being that troop commander, both literally bringing all of the allies from any aspect as well as placing out some cool tactical maneuvers, feels so cool and epic. We're also going to be talking about my favorite ways to thematically deck build for these heroes as we go through. And so Cyclops, we have to go with leadership, right? Cyclops leadership is theme. That just means theme. It's synonymous with theme. And if I'm going to build him in leadership, for thematics, I'm going to go with To Me My X-Men. This allows you to grab a ton of X-Men and command them out on the field, send them over here, pop them back to your hand, throw them over here, make sure that they hit that priority target, exploit that weakness over here. It's just a super fun way to feel thematic with Cyclops. In our 4th spot, we have Drax. Drax likes to hit hard, and when he gets hit, it makes him mad and allows him to hit harder. So when the villain attacks Drax, you place a vengeance counter on him, and that's going to give him a boost to his attack. Drax uses his anger to build up and swing for massive amounts of damage with his basic attacks and all his knife leaps. If you combine this with taunting the villain with Fight Me Coward and being too stubborn to die, Drax shows us that if you're just mad enough, you can beat up on the villain. The way that I like to thematically build Drax here is in the aggression aspect because, Drax and aggression, yes. And kind of focus on a card called Toe-to-Toe. Toe-to-Toe has the villain attack you. And thematically, Drax is going to go face with the villain, and this is how he does it. He's going to go toe-to-toe with the villain's going to attack you, you're going to throw damage back at him, it's going to build up those vengeance counters, it's going to make Drax mad, and you're going to hit very, very hard. So try Drax and aggression with toe-to-toe if you want to feel mad and beat up on the villain. Number 3 continues our Guardian hype train with Rocket Raccoon. So Rocket is built around guns and more guns. He packs his hero kit with giant rocket launchers and pistols, which are pretty much all there to just murder your enemies, which is his murder you ability on his hero side. Rocket loving his tech and augmenting his body with the cyber upgrades just feels so on theme. Then when you're done with your guns, you can flip down to your alter ego side and tinker them into more cards, basically thematically taking them apart and building something new with the cards that you get. It's so well done. It's so on theme. My favorite thematic deck build with Rocket utilizes Repurpose in green. So even when in hero form, Rocket can take some of those cool tech weapons and tinker them and repurpose them to fit the situation that he's currently in. If Rocket's rocket launcher runs out of charges, Rocket is going to be quick on his feet, think, and repurpose that into maybe more damage. He's going to find a way to tinker it and make it into more thwart if you need to bring down threat on the table. Just some really, really cool tie-ins with Repurpose and Rocket. For number 2, I'm cheating a little bit, and I'm going to choose 2 different heroes. We have Ant-Man and Wasp. These heroes are all about modifying their size to fit the situation, getting really small to go down some drains, getting really big to swing hard, and this is implemented mechanically with their multi-size cards. So like when Ant-Man and Wasp are in tiny form, they have a normal size card, but then when they grow into giant form, the card folds out and becomes, giant. Along with the stat boost and cards that function differently based on what size you're in, these 2 heroes are going to be able to resize and reshape the game to make it conform to their will. A thematic way that I like to play both of these characters, and it's going to be a little bit stronger on Ant-Man this thematic pair is to use cards that trigger off their flipping, like Surprise Strike. So I just like picture Ant-Man coming at you in tiny form, turning giant, just hitting you in the face. It just feels so on brand, and that's exactly what Surprise Strike is doing. Also, if you throw some Ready to Rumbles in there to really maximize their efficiency on those form flips, you're gonna have a lot of fun flipping those forms and just fitting into that situation that you need. That leads us to our most thematic hero in Marvel Champions. And it comes to us from the core box. I'm choosing Iron Man. Basically, you're spending the entire game building your suit. And while you're in hero form, your power, the strength of the hero is directly related to how many techs he has on the board, or basically how much he's built up his suit. So Tony Stark, that's what he does, right? He builds things, he builds his suit, and that makes him powerful. And in Marvel Champions, same thing. When you flip down to Tony Stark, you can head back to Stark Tower and work on your suit so that next time you flip up, you're even more powerful. And then there is Pepper Potts, who thematically is always by Iron Man's side, getting him out of trouble, and she does that in the game by being a resource generator and potentially being able to generate multiple resources in order to get Iron Man out of that tough situation. Probably his strongest build is his repurposed build in protection, but for thematics, I love going to Justice to facilitate the flipping to Tony Stark, which is going to let him visit Stark Tower and activate his futurist ability to build up more of his suit. So there you have it. Those are the 5 most thematic heroes in the game. Are there any heroes that you think I missed? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to talk with you about this, and I like to see how you like to build these different heroes decks to lean into theme. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you around. Peace.